We collected data from the scene, yes.
I'm asking it, in your analysis, did you use that data?
No, because it's
Been employed with the Daubert County Sheriff's Office.
off and on 24 years.
Okay. And I guess, can you just explain to the court your experience within the Daubert County Sheriff's Office?
Of course. From 96, I started in 1996. From 1996 to 1999, I was with detention. I left to go to the Northeast ISD PD School District Police and was there from 99 to 2005. Came back to the county in 2006, where I did a short stint on patrol. From there, I went to traffic in 2007 and was on the DWI task force for 7 years, where I did numerous DWIs, probably well over 1,000. And then, of course, all the major crashes as well. While in the traffic unit, I took the intermediate collision course and advanced collision course through TEACS, which is the A&M extension, engineers extension. And then in 2014, I did another stint in patrol. In 2016, I promoted to investigator, where I went into traffic investigations. At that point, I took the collision reconstruction and auto pedestrian reconstruction and became an advanced collision reconstructionist. I spent 6 years as an investigator in CID. And in 2022, I promoted to sergeant and they promoted me in place. And I was the sergeant over traffic homicide for 3 years.
Okay. And so during your time with CID, were you also working on traffic related offenses?
Yes.
Okay. And so would that include fatal car crashes, intox, manslaughter, and things of that sort?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so roughly in your career, how many investigations have you conducted involving crashes and just crashes and fatality deaths related to crashes?
This is where credibility becomes a weapon in the courtroom. Over 200 fatal crash investigations, hundreds of technical data extractions. The numbers aren't just impressive, they're a shield against doubt. In high-stakes cases, juries don't just weigh facts, they weigh who is delivering them. And here, the witness is painting himself as someone who knows the mechanics of a crash like the back of his hand. But remember, all of this background isn't just to impress the jury, it's to lay a foundation so his later analysis can be admitted without question. If you were on that jury, would this resume already have you convinced, or would you still be skeptical?
Probably well over a couple hundred.
Okay. And have you testified as an expert witness before in the area of crashes, airbag control module, velocity, speed, and distance?
Yes.
Okay. And does that include courts in this county as well?
Yes.
Okay. And regarding crash investigations, have you obtained any licenses or certificates regarding crash data retrieval and the airbag control module?
Yes, a technician certificate for the imaging of the airbag control modules. Also a data analyst or CDR data analyst certificate to analyze those reports.
Okay.
And at one point I was a trainer as well.
Okay. And so regarding this, can you just explain to the jury how you go about, or the method that's used to retrieve the airbag control module data from a motor vehicle?
So depending on whether the vehicle still has power, what we do is we go by the make and model, the manufacturer. We have a particular set of cables for each airbag control module if we have to go straight to the actual module itself. Otherwise, we go through the DLC, which is the data link, otherwise known as the OBD2 port. And we use the Bosch CDR tool And in this particular case, that was the CAN Plus, which is the interface. So we put a cable into that OBD2 port and hook into the interface and hook that to a computer, and using the Bosch CDR tool software. Once we apply power, whether it be a jump box or if the car still has power from the battery, we turn that power on, it creates the link, and from there we're able to image the airbag control.
Here's where the tech talk kicks in. The airbag control module isn't just about airbags. It's like the black box of your car, storing the last critical moments before impact. The way this witness describes it, you can practically see the cables, software, and data extraction happening in real time. But in court, it's not just about doing the work. It's about proving it's valid, reliable, and widely accepted. If the defense can poke holes in how this data is collected or interpreted, the entire prosecution case could wobble. Question for you. Do you think technology like this should be trusted without question, or should it always be double-checked with physical evidence?
Module.
Okay. And on about how many occasions have you done this in prior investigations?
Hundreds.
Okay. And you have the specific certification for that as well, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And in your training and experience, have you found this mechanism to be valid and reliable?
Yes.
And is it also used by other law enforcement agencies as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And is it accepted in the law enforcement community?
Yes.
And then regarding the speed, distance, and velocity, what is, I guess, the field of expertise relied upon for that science? Is it math or something else?
Particularly math. You have to go by the data provided by the airbag control module report or the CDR report.
Okay.
And then you can take your time and speed and get your distance.
Okay.
And then basically from collision to where that vehicle started within that pre-crash data, the 5 seconds.
Okay. And so the way that you find that information out, do you use like an equation to figure that out, or what is the calculation or mechanism that's used to get that?
So basically whatever the speed is in this particular, I believe the vehicle was in half-second intervals.
Okay.
So each half second gives you a speed. You take that speed and have to convert it into velocity, which is taking the speed times 1.466, which gives you feet per second. And then from there, you have to times that times 0.5 since you're dealing with half a second. And that gives you the distance. And then you total up all those intervals.
This is where the jury's eyes either glaze over or lean in. Math formulas in a courtroom? Not the most glamorous, but this is the backbone of crash reconstruction. Converting speed into velocity, calculating distances in half-second intervals. It's meticulous, almost surgical. And here's the real kicker. In cases like this, those numbers can mean the difference between an accident and a crime. The judge knows it, the lawyers know it, and you can bet the jury will have this etched into their minds before deliberations.
And that gives you the complete distance where that vehicle was 5 seconds prior.
Okay. And is this a technique that is accepted in the scientific and law enforcement communities?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And is that what you did in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
And in your training and experience, have you found it to be valid and reliable?
Yes.
Okay. And the results in this case, they were reflected in a report, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, and that's the technique. The technique that you testified to is the technique that you applied in this case to obtain the airbag control module and then do an analysis for the speed, velocity, and distance. Is that correct?
Correct.
We pass it over to Mr.
All right. So you may proceed.
So I'm going to ask you in regards to your analysis of the speed, velocity, and distance, that is only based on your the numbers that came from the airbag control module.
Correct.
Okay. You didn't consider any of the visual evidence in this case?
As far as roadway evidence,
Yes.
Object as to outside of the scope, it's not relating to his expertise.
Sustained.
Your Honor, he's going to draw some conclusions. Let me ask you because he's going to draw some conclusions that I think are outside, like he didn't, I think that he needed to know additional information.
Well, that goes towards cross-examination, but my understanding from both parties is that this witness's expertise is related to speed and velocity. That's what both parties informed the court it was based upon. So if there's some other factors that you feel as though he should have considered, then that's more towards cross-examination, but not towards his expertise.
And I appreciate that, Your Honor, but what I'm trying to ascertain is the containment of what he can testify to. Like, because I don't want, as the state's asking questions, for them to start asking questions that are at the scene, and then we have to have another hearing.
No, I mean, if they ask questions that's outside his area of expertise, that's where objections come in, and the court will make a ruling, because the court's understanding is his area of expertise is specifically to velocity and speed and nothing else. So if the state tries to or wants to ask him something outside his area of expertise, that's where the court will hear objections. But for now, this hearing is related specifically to his area of expertise.
And there it is, Judge Boyd stepping in to draw a clear line in the sand. This witness can talk speed, velocity, and distance all day, but the moment the questions drift into unrelated territory, objection sustained. It's a balancing act. The defense wants to test the boundaries, the prosecution wants to keep their witness in safe waters, and Judge Boyd is making sure neither side tips the boat. These rulings might seem small now, but limiting a witness's scope can seriously shape how the jury interprets their testimony later.
And I want clarification on his area of expertise, if that normally would require, your analysis would require you analyzing on-scene data or video footage.
correct.
It would require that?
We take it all into consideration.
Okay, so then you're testifying, you use, in addition to the airbag module, you're also using data from the live scene, correct?
We collected data from the scene, yes.
I'm asking it, in your analysis, did you use that data?
No, because the CDR report showed complete and there were no errors.
Did you make any reports or provide the state any further analysis other than what's in the CDR?
No,
Okay, so you didn't take a picture of the scene, an aerial picture, and do the 5 seconds out? Was that?
no, that was an image off of Google Earth.
To object as to not relating to his expertise.
All right, that will be sustained.
Your Honor, he just testified that he did it based off of the data and the 5 seconds out. I'm trying to figure out, the state has provided me with evidence. I don't know if he did it or not, but at this point, I'm just finding out he didn't do it.
All right, so
So
everybody makes their objections. I will make my rulings, and those are my rulings. My understanding is this is a Daubert hearing, and it's challenging this witness's expertise in the field of velocity and speed. If there is something else that he's being offered as an expert in, let the court know and I will hear it. But my understanding is he's being offered as an expert for velocity and speed. And he's not being offered as an expert in anything else. If he is being offered as an expert in something other than those two, then let the court know. Is he being offered? What is he being offered as an expert in, please?
Just one caveat, I think in my direct, I did lay the foundation for the distance as well, because it goes into the equation, but then that would be a judge.
All right, so he's being offered for distance, speed, and velocity.
and
You may ask your next question.
so there's a CDR report, correct?
Correct.
That you did.
Yes.
And off of that CDR report, did you do any further analysis?
Yes, we did a time and distance analysis.
So you did that time and distance analysis, correct?
Correct.
And are these the time and distance analysis calculations that you did?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But did you also then summarize those in a document or an aerial photo?
Yes, using our equipment, we recorded the footage or the points and lines off of the crime scene, and I did a scale diagram.
Okay, all right. And that scale diagram, just to be clear, doesn't take into account the actual live scene or any of that. That's just based off of your CDR.
No, that is based off of the data points from the Leica MS-60, which is survey equipment that we utilize to forensically map the scene.
Okay, so that's what I'm asking. Did you survey the scene?
Yes,
So it was you that took all the measurements on scene?
yes.
All right.
Now, this is where things get interesting. We find out the witness did personally survey the scene using high-tech forensic mapping equipment. That's not just paperwork, that's boots-on-the-ground investigation. But here's the twist. He says his raw data came from specialized equipment, not just the car's black box. This opens a new layer of evidence the defense might pick apart later. Was it processed correctly? Is there room for human error? These are exactly the kinds of openings skilled attorneys look for.
Okay, and do you have any other reports that have that measurements on scene?
No, just the raw data that I provided.
Okay, so, and that raw data came from the CDR.
Yes.
So,
No, that raw data came from the instrument, the Leica.
and where's that report?
That's in the my supplement report.
Can I approach you?
Yes.
You can point to what other document? I'm so sorry about that.
It's not in here. It was with the RMS report.
RMS.
Yes,
Okay.
our reporting system. It was a written report.
And do you know how many pages that was?
I believe it was 1.
Okay. All right. At this time, Your Honor, I have no further questions. I'm going to ask that I make sure I have a copy of that report from the state before tomorrow.
All reports have been tendered to defense and the raw data was provided to you on your personal drive.
Okay.
All right, so the court will, if you'll just step in the back area briefly. All right, the court will hear argument. Are you challenging the witness's expertise?
No, Your Honor, not at this time.
All right. Then, sir, I'll need you back here tomorrow at 1:30.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. All right, so everyone, I'll see you all back at 1:30. Is there anything that either you want me to review before that time? Is there any video or something that the court needs to view before then?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
All right, so if there's something that you all want me to view or make a ruling on and it's in the form of a video, then just let me have it by tomorrow morning. That way I'll be able to make a review on it without delaying the jurors.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
So here's where we leave things today. The witness's expertise remains intact, his data stands unshaken, and Judge Boyd has kept the hearing laser-focused on speed, velocity, and distance. Tomorrow, the testimony continues, and we might see if the defense can dig up anything that puts a crack in this seemingly solid wall of credentials and calculations. If you found this case as fascinating and technical as we did, hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. Trust me, you won't want to miss what happens next.